So I just pulled a couple quick cards with the help of Julie.
Ew, stop kissing me in this way. Ew!
Don't be trying to come at me on camera. Don't start switching up now. Right?
You boo.
This is
Hey, boo.
This is the Chariot card, which talks about success, victory, moving forward, getting balance, like control over your light and your dark side, and creating like oneness out of it. So then Julie pulled the Nine of Pentacles. And now whenever I see this card, it almost looks like pulling back the veil and seeing
Yeah, that looks
all that,
scary.
rewards. So
Get the thing
stop, Julie.
Sorry, because you look scary.
The Death card.
The deck card?
But the Nine of Pentacles also talks about like luxury, so expensive things like comfort. It also talks about like a home with a garden, but I'm gonna just try to speak about what it applies to today. The Chariot also talks about willpower, so I feel
Let me
like
go check real quick.
this red and yellow or orange in here, it reminds me of the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So all that like power it took to create, to manifest, that's what this picture is talking about. Well, it takes a lot of that to do that.
No, you're not good on
Then-
the table, man. We're working, okay? Get away.
We're working till you get away.
I can't turn and get over here.
So then, the Six of Swords talks about traveling overseas, moving on from drama, moving over, like, you're healing through like some emotional things.
Hey, don't try to sneak over here.
You watching out for New Year?
Yeah.
You can see the rainbow is like hope. The rain, like it's like, the rainbow after a storm. What is it? No, that's the calm before a storm.
No.
Or it could be the calm before a storm, if you want to read it that way.
She's coming.
No, what you doing?
She's coming over here because she wants to jump on the table.
No, dear. Alright, I can't read when you're in front of me.
Okay, we're going to meet you.
Okay, mommy. Then she pulled the Page of Cups, which I kind of felt like was her card. The Chariot card is also both of our cards if we're speaking about like zodiacs. The Chariot represents the Cancer card. The Page of Cups talks about like good news, but I think of it as like a small like joy, like something that will make you happy, like a birthday, a baby shower, or like news of a birth, like someone's pregnant, or any small like piece of news that just kind of like it's just I don't think you're expecting it, so it's just a nice thing. I said 13. So then, clarifying these cards, I had the Knight of Cups for the Chariot. I had the Death card for the Nine of Pentacles. I had the Page of Pentacles for the Six of Swords, and the Five of Swords for the Page of Cups. So I think the Nine of Cups speaks about a poet. It also speaks of an offering, like someone coming to you who wants to be with you, like, a nice little love offering. But Knights represent like fleety people, like this person not going to be in your life for long. And that's a turtle team. Stop bothering me, dear. So, but it also talks about like your creative talents as well as the Page of Cups. So the Cups talks about creativity, it's because water is the element of the sacral chakra, which is the creative chakra. So I feel like maybe you'll be getting some success, because the overall read is success and victory. So I definitely feel like you'll be successful in your artistic endeavors. Like if you wanted to start writing poetry or music, or if you're somewhere in that field,
There's 3 mirrors.
and you're not a beginner. You may be like intermediate or advanced, but you're not the queen or the king, so you're not like an expert yet. Julie, let him go out. Julie, shh. So then with the death card, it makes me, so that was the overall. So as far as like being, hold on one second. Let him out. No, let Nuvia out. Yes, let Nuvia out. Let him out.
I'm taking a walk real quick. Yeah, I'm taking a walk.
God, kids. The death card on the 9 of Pentacles makes me feel like an end of comfort. So you have to step out of the box to get those rewards. You have to step out of the box, or step out of the box to be creative. Like in order to be successful in art, in art, you have to like, you can't constrict yourself. So like, don't play it safe when it comes to like art. And one thing I do feel from this card is kind of the 6 of Swords. It makes me feel like transmute the energy, like that you, if you're going through a depression or you have been through a depression, use that in your art. So transmute that sadness and that pain and that grief, and make it beautiful. Or help others see the beauty in it, or I don't know. It's because there's beauty in it. Just use it that way. Changing your perspective. Here comes this loud girl again. The Page of Pentacles with that card, it's like you're starting a new project. So I feel like that project is going to be based about turning pain into pleasure or passion, or something, of the opposite equivalence. The 5 of, Mommy, whisper. Whisper, baby. I don't know why I'm whispering. Julie, I spoke to you. I'm not laughing.
I'm gonna go take another one.
Okay, thank you. Look, you got to get it. Hurry up before you get your toe. The 5 of Swords. Close the door. Thank you. The 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords out the external position makes me think that this news that, and I think maybe you'll be giving the news. Like maybe whoever this is for, whoever this is for, maybe trying to give someone good news or share good news, and it's not taken well. Like maybe the person, one second. I feel like maybe there's some type of conflict or competition outside of you. There's whatever this is. So maybe the person that tells you good news, you're not happy for them, or vice versa. Yeah. I don't know. However that works. I gotta see what blue men mean. 1 second. Where is my phone? Oh, I'm recording on. Alright, so that first video was literally hot off the press. Hot. I don't know if you... Hot. I find myself making a lot of extra corny mom jokes lately, so don't mind me. So, I did not Google what blue men meant. Let me see. I also see 765. Oh. I stopped because that's a building over here, 765. So if any of my people are over here, I really don't know which building it is. I just know that's a building. That's probably like the next one over. So if any of my friends are watching this and you live in that building, this may be for you or someone you know. Hold on 1 second. Yo, this whole computer got to go. Hold on. Come on. When I think about blue men, I think about sad men. They're talking about like peace and stuff, but the blue people in this one, it's not about peace, it's about conflict. So maybe I can do a little deeper research. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. I don't know why it's the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe that's gonna come up. But this is also blue. But you know, blue represents water and the intuition. And this one might just be depression, this blue man in the conflict card. The Page of Pentacles, as far as like moving on, victory and success, also talks about a new like health routine. So putting an end to that, you know, that what is it? You know, with luxury comes like when you have a lot of money, you spend it on food. So with the Death card and the Knight of Pentacles, so that may talk about cutting out comfort foods. It's still recording. Okay. Cutting it, like the charge battery thing came up. Putting an end to comfort foods, and things that kind of keep you. I'm trying to like describe how it looks. So you know, like rich people, they, you know, fat is a sign of richness, and I'm not calling anybody fat, but it's usually a sign of like rich and happiness and stuff like that. But I feel like in this reading, it's talking about putting an end to things that kind of keep you unhealthy, you know, almost in a gluttonous way. So you're starting a new regimen, like exercise, eating better, because you probably, yeah, definitely putting an end to comfort food, because you were probably eating to make yourself feel better. I don't know why this is going this way, but it is. So now, and the horse represents, you know, strength, you know what I'm thinking? They be brawling like the Broncos, and I don't even know why I said Broncos. But yeah, when you think about horses, they're really strong and built and cut up sometimes even. So yes, you will be starting a new workout routine or diet. Sorry, like my posture has to change, so maybe for some of you that may work as well, because I've been cracking my spine a lot because it's dust. I need a better seat because I'm like hunched over a lot. So yeah, the good news thing, let me pull 3 more cards since I got you here. I just saw 9 and 9, and it was like anxiety. You guys are still dealing with anxiety, because most of these good news, like whenever I read these cards, it's more about Julie,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I was trying to come in here.
All right.
I'll clean my eggs.
All right. Don't make too much noise, please.
Yay! I'm on the way to
And then I asked you to fold up the sheet, please,
Oh, yeah.
and put the pillows up.
But Mom, I thought you said I could play a little bit.
Yeah, I told you to do that first, though.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Ow.
Julie. Shh. Definitely seen a lot of 9s, so I know 9s are like for light workers, humanitarian work, service to others. Is 9 the hermit card? Or is that 11? Or 12? I'm not even sure what's the hermit card. Nine of Pentacles came out. Told you. And I kind of understand, you know, I've watched a lot of my habits. If you watch tarot card readers, you may see like similarities just because like after months of watching them, and I mean months, damn near a year of watching tarot readers. Why I gotta speak to you so much?
I'm trying to.
Stop playing and making noise. People still sleeping.
Okay.
If I tell you again not to make noise, you're gonna sit down.
What's that
Distracted
noise,
me.
Mommy?
What?
What's that noise? Like it's like kind of like an animal outside that's stuck in a tree.
All right, I gotta end this. Julie. So I'm not even sure where I left off, but it was probably me talking to Julie. So I pulled pretty much 6 more cards, like 3 cards and then 3 clarifiers. So the 9 of Cups came out underneath the 9 of Pentacles Death card. So it talks about wish fulfillment. And I'm not gonna go through every single card. So when I was talking about getting news, receiving news, or giving that news, and there being some type of conflict around that news, following that was a 9 of Cups and a 3 of Swords. So it's pretty much almost the same thing. Like the news is like, oh, this is what I wanted, like, you know, a wish fulfillment, something good, but then it's like something disappointing around it. Like I really do feel for like somebody, it's like someone's happy for something or about something, and then there's someone else that is not as happy, or even maybe it's within themselves, like they're supposed to feel happy, but for whatever reason, but I do feel like it's probably like they naturally want to feel happy about it, but because the people that they love or the people that surround them is not happy, they can't feel completely happy about it. So I definitely feel like that. Then the King of Swords came up. So you may be going to somebody for advice. He may be like a grandfather figure. He may be like, you know, of that age group. But remember how I was like, the knight is someone who's like, I was like advanced, but not a king, where it's like expert. So this is like a master. It could be obviously a spirit guide, or it could be someone in the physical that you go to for advice, for help, and they're an expert, or they have a lot of knowledge, they're wise. And because they're so wise, they may come off a little like snarkish, or you know how smart people are. But this also represents, because this came under the Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles also means studying. So when the Page of Pentacles came out on top of the 6 of Swords, it's like you're moving away from something because you're kind of knowledge is power. So that's what's giving you the strength to move past whatever depression, whatever, because I don't think I brought that up. Blue Men is here. I told you depression. But when I was shuffling the cards, the 5 of Cups kept coming out. Like it kept like peaking and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not, like, I know like this has to be for someone else as well, because I think I'm moving away from that as well. but it kept trying to peek out. So for someone who's going through a depression, to help you move on from that will be by I'm trying to think of the word, like, you know how you would gear up with weapons, like you would gear up with knowledge. So that would be your skills, your power. Julie, thank you. And I think that's going to help build your confidence. And I feel like despite what anybody else feels about, you know, this good news that's for you, you have to keep going. You have to keep moving, keep studying. Like, that's really where your power lies, is in the knowledge that you acquire. That also just kind of means, like, it's going to be a journey. Like, it's not going to happen fast. Like, this is just something that takes some time. Slow but steady wins the race has been my motto for the past, like, I don't know. it's like, I'm not happy that is my motto, but it is my motto. And I do feel like this also may be like the lack of support through family, because there's childhood trauma out here. I almost feel like I don't know who these people are. I feel like someplace, somewhere, sometime, it's like someone's trying to adopt some kids. And that's where it's like the good news, bad news thing. I don't know, like, there's something with the law and adopting, or like custody and stuff. But I would have to read a little bit deeper. So basically, like, mastering your skill is going to make your childhood dreams come true, whatever that means for you. And, you know, one thing I'm learning right now is that, you know, sometimes we think we know what we're going towards, like what we want, but it's not really like what we want. Like, you have to dig deep and go back to what you really imagined yourself when you had the innocence, you know. I also feel like this will be strengthening your spiritual gifts, like your intuition, like trusting, building that connection, that bond, because the Knight of Cups is here, which I talked about, art, poetry. And whenever you're, you know, as an artist, I feel like when I talked about like opening yourself up, because those boxes are usually like represent blockages in your life, like what confines you, who confines you, and to allow, like, you have to open yourself up, open your crown chakra up to allow for that divine love, that divine energy to flow through you, for that creativity to flow. So when I see the moon here and the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, it's kind of like you are, like I said, strengthening that connection, strengthening those gifts of expression. I'm gonna pick one more row. And you're on the right path to how does it show up on the camera? I forgot. But you're on the right path to the Ten of Pentacles, which is basically like, it's not the end goal, but it's kind of like a lap in the race, like one part of the goal, one part of the, like that happy ending, basically, if you think about a fairy tale. Six of Cups and Two of Pentacles.
Love.
Yes.
What's Julie doing?
Playing.
All right. Can you just tell her to come get her toys out the middle of the floor?
I don't have to put them
Go get your toys. Bring it in. Close the door, please.
Yeah. And just sit in the middle of the floor.
Close the door, Julie. Thank you. My Five of Swords is still here. Trying to let you know. Julie, I don't need Nubia to come in every second. Oh gosh, what's that? Patience. Breathe. The moon came out on the moon. The moon also talks about like fears and confusion, because it's kind of like dark energy. So people who don't understand, and this is not, you know, in a condescending way, it's just when you don't understand something, you're afraid of it, right? I don't know. Sometimes like I say things, but it's kind of like, I don't know why I felt the need to say that. But then after I say, oh, I don't know why I said that, I realize it's probably because it needed to be said. But yeah, just side note, like whenever I speak, it's never like condescending. Like I don't know. I feel like some people think I preach to them, and I do. But it's with love, you know? It's not like because I'm like, another time. But the moon on the moon talks about, when they say trusting your intuition, it's because there are going to be things that want to confuse you and trick you, but you have to trust that darkness in you. Like I was saying with dark energy, it's kind of like how Christians depict it as the devil. It's evil, it's not needed, it needs to be gone, it needs to be eradicated. But everything has its place. So if you don't understand it, then it will, you know, cause havoc. It can overpower you because you don't know how to, mama, shh, 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 shh. So I feel like that's why it's also necessary for you to strengthen that spiritual bond, because if not, then someone else is going to play on it. But it definitely talks about like you diving deeper into your spiritual side, walking the middle path, like again becoming balanced in one, like you're not too much. I was talking to someone because I noticed that he was posting a lot about it. Not a lot, but like he posted about it. I actually just been seeing it a lot too, so I know this is just with me. Side note, like with your darker side, whenever you do shadow, don't you dare jump up of here. When you do shadow work, a lot of times you want to resist the darker side of you, your shadow side, anything that just, you know, is what you're moving away from, but you want to learn from it. Like, why do you do these things? Why is this habit, or notice the pattern behind it so you can know how to break the pattern or break free of the cycle. And as of lately, it's like it's been showing, like the shadow side has been showing itself, and you're like, I'm doing so well, I don't want to, like, but it's like there's a reason why it's coming up again. Like there's a lesson in it. And the world card, it talks about completion of cycles. 321, because I always think about certain things on certain dates. So 321, I think that's the start of spring. Like 321, 323. What are, like around those dates is like we'll talk about this another time, but around that time, let's say you don't, even if there's like astrologically, I know there's definitely going to be a lot of changes, so I'm just saying to use that energy to kind of enhance you and push you forward. Like use that energy to start that new project, start that new routine, start that, or spring cleaning. You want to utilize these energies that are happening. I'm getting sporadic because I'm getting tired and hungry, and there's a lot of distractions, so I can't concentrate. So
I'm hungry too, Mom. I want some cereal, Mom. Give me some cereal, Mom. Give me some cereal, Mom. Give me some cereal.
All right, later. Oh, let me see. I mean, the outcome card is the overall success and victory. All right, you're gonna be successful. So just, if there's anything I didn't speak on, yeah, you're healing. Like that's again the dark energies, childhood trauma, healing the inner child, spending time with your child, making sure your child is happy. And I say that because your physical child represents your inner child. So how you interact with your physical child will reflect on how your relationship is with your inner child. All right, I'm gonna leave there.